Hello, everybody. Been a while since we've a-hole designed. Let's begin with number 19. Epson printer pushes firmware that bricks your printer and scanner if you use third-party ink. Clicking dismiss installs said firmware. A new firmware is available. Select dismiss to start update. Updating firmware may improve functions and solve certain problems. Why are the options no later and dismiss? It's like it's a 50-50 toss-up. At least with no later, it's like you're confirming that it's a no, and the dismiss in the blue makes it look like, okay, so that's actually gonna like install it. So dismiss means confirm, which definitely doesn't track in the dictionary, but in this case, I guess it does. Also though, printers just suck. Printers are the worst, and they have to make money on the ink. And so if you're buying third-party ink, then you're not subsidizing the cheap price that you paid for your printer. So therefore, they need to do something in order to fix that. I love DRM on my physical ink hardware. That's my favorite. Ay. iPhone customers upset by Apple Wallet ad pushing F1 movie. $10 off at Fandango. Save on tickets to the F1 movie while supplies last. While tickets are available, they might run out at some point. I guess I should zoom in on this so that the phone people can wait. Actually, as I go, it's just funny. There's like a min-max here on how far I can zoom in. Like this is 175, and then it goes in more. Max at 250. As I go to 300, it starts getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and then bigger and bigger, and then smaller and smaller. Okay, anyway, there you go. I didn't see anything like this. Maybe it was like select people. Although, someone who did actually see the movie, and as someone who does watch F1, I feel like I would have been specifically targeted for something like this. So, they could have targeted added me, and maybe it would have worked. Sorting by price on Amazon removes 10,000 plus options. Okay. What does this mean? So, spray oil bottle. Sort by featured. Show 10,000 plus results. Sort by price, low to high, show 612 results. I'm kind of just confused by this. Like, maybe a comment will clarify. I'm scared to go in the comments, but it's because a lot of the results are actually old sold out listings, so they wouldn't have a price. Amazon never deletes listings when the item is sold out, so they can stay plentiful in search algorithms. Thank you. I always wonder the reason. Okay, so it's not really a-hole design. It's just design. Yeah, 10,000 is a lot of results. Personally, I'd be fine with you condensing it down just a little bit. I'm not actually going to review 10,000 items. So, yeah. I don't know. This doesn't seem like it's just like, oh, now you know, I guess. There's that. Amazon's translator for foreign reviews changes negative review to be more positive. We gotta zoom in here. Okay, wait. Frickin' McDonald's, what are we doing? Oh my God. McDonald's just took over my entire video. They didn't even pay for it. God dang. Original. Quality moyenne. Beau produit. Maïs un défaut de tissu sur 6 centimeters. CF photo. Unhappy face. Top d'art. Pour renouveler, car winner, lavage avant utilization fight. Sad face. Amazon translation. Nice product. Nice product. Does it auto translate and just not show you the original? Because I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure I could look at this in any language and know that it doesn't translate to nice product. I mean, the unhappy faces kind of are universal, but French is very wordy. It takes a lot of words in order to communicate nice product. English language, very, very efficient. They were able to cut out so many words. Isn't that great? I'm like, I guess if they don't show the original and they just show this came from another language, but this is the review, nice product. But also, who says nice product with 1-star review. It's just, if they were trying to trick people, this doesn't seem like a good trick. This is just kind of confusing. Beautiful product, but fabric defect. Too late to return because first wash before use done. Well, there you go, everybody. I don't know that I really be fooled, but I do appreciate the attempt at a review. They just have like preset translations that they put in. No matter what the original says, it's nice product. Short sucked. I feel like maybe they don't do short sucked, but anyway. Facebook ignores Android denying permissions. Followers mentioned you and others in a comment. Highlighted your comment, highlighted your comment, highlighted your comment. 2 people requested to participate for the first time. Background data. Total is disable mobile data. Disable Wi-Fi. Background data. Did it? Isn't this like a notification setting, not like a data usage? I don't know. I mean, maybe it just seems like you would want to disable notifications rather than background data. It just doesn't seem like the right setting. Like if I want to disable notifications, I would go into the notification settings, not the data settings. But maybe it's like if you're just completely disconnecting it from the internet, it shouldn't do anything at all. I don't know. Maybe that is a weird roundabout way to do it, but it just doesn't seem like the right place for the setting. I don't know. Whatever. 600 products on Amazon versus 10,000 products on Amazon. I don't know. Bentley car with sealed fluid tanks was told there was very few user serviceable parts without breaking warranty. Huh. Interesting. Is that the oil tank? That actually seems like a bad idea. Unless it's genuinely under pressure. It says 23 PSI. So I would say if the tank is under pressure, I can kind of understand why they might not want you to open it. It does seem weird, though, that it would be under pressure if the vehicle is turned off. Because usually that would mean that it's kind of just sitting there. That said, though, like if you are low on oil or if you're slowly leaking oil, it's generally good to be able to top it off. Because, like, let's say you're driving through the middle of the desert or something, not literally overlanding in your Bentley, potentially, but, like, let's say you're driving from LA to Vegas and it's really toasty out, and all of a sudden you get a low oil warning, but it's like a very slow leak. You could top it off, and then you'd be able to potentially make it the rest of the way rather than having to wait in the 100-degree weather for like 3 hours while a tow truck makes its way out. So, yeah, guess you could wire cut it and open it, but then maybe it's under pressure even when it's off, which would be very weird. Yeah. Anyway, that is true. If you had an oil leak, then maybe you wouldn't be under as much oil pressure when you've turned the car off. I really don't think you'd be under oil pressure when you turn the car off. This feature is enabled by default for Bing wallpaper. Desktop click opens Bing. What does that even mean? Desktop click opens Bing. Like if you just click on the thing? Right now I'm clicking on my desktop, which I literally have not changed on my PC. I don't know. I still have the default wallpaper slideshow. Haven't changed a dang thing. Clicking on my desktop does not open Bing, to my knowledge. So I don't know. Maybe it's a special click. Like you have to do something else. But anyway, hey, maybe after watching this, they'll have like heard me speaking into the mic on the computer. Just like, you know, the conspiracy theory is that, and I kind of believe it to an extent, that your phone is listening to conversations and then it serves you targeted ads based on the things you're saying. Like, I kind of buy into that. It's too coincidental sometimes, the stuff that you get shown after you were having a discussion about it. But maybe it'll listen to me and then it'll enable the feature or something because I've talked about it. In the US, a click-to-cancel rule, oh God, I heard about this freaking crapola, intended to make canceling subscriptions easier, is blocked. Oh, it's loading an AP News article. Okay, but I read, okay, all right. I need to know if there is a freaking rational justification for this, okay? Because what I read is that, I don't know, it was probably some company lobby or something said, well, it's actually going to be challenging for companies to be able to implement on the timescale that's being laid out here. And so a lot of companies are going to be in violation of this rule. And it's not really fair to spring this upon them. So we're going to need to like not make this actually happen. Now, I don't know if it's like a delay for further review or if it's just, sorry, guys, we know we got your hopes up with, if you can sign up with one click, you have to cancel with one click. Bro, people were sending me, like tweeting me articles that, hey, look, the one click to cancel that you've talked about 5 billion times in your videos, where if you can sign up with one click, you should be able to cancel the exact same way. You shouldn't have extra hurdles. They're doing it. And I was like, man, that's so cool. That's so awesome. And then all of a sudden, like 2 weeks ago, 14 days ago on that submission is, oh, just kidding. This got blocked. So it's not going to actually happen now. I'm like, is it delayed or is it just freaking gone? Because somehow, how do you possibly, as a regulatory agency guy, yeah, you know what, on second thought, that was a bad call. We should make it more difficult for people to cancel their stupid memberships to whatever gym that makes you, you could sign up online, but actually you have to go in between the hours of 6:29 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. on the second Thursday of any given month, and then find the secret entrance to the administration room, use your thumbprint, hope that it matches the administrator of the gym manager, whatever, and only then you can cancel your gym membership. No other possible way. And they're like, yeah, that sounds reasonable. I don't know why we were ever against this to begin with. Freaking heck! I'm mad about this one, bro. I'm mad about this one. Meta apps now force you to watch ads. Ad break. You can continue browsing in a moment. I don't actually know what platform this is on. I don't know if this is Instagram or if this is Facebook. I don't really use Facebook. I don't see the ad. Is the ad playing below this? Is it just in standard browsing? I don't know enough. I don't know enough to know what's actually happening at all. But, yeah. Anyway. Wow, it's a Markiplier thumbnail. YouTube has replaced the join button with a subscribe plus button for YouTube memberships, hiding the only unsubscribe button in the alerts menu and making you think you're not subscribed. Has it? I haven't actually seen this. Maybe it's like at YouTube, when they're rolling out new features or thinking about a new feature, they will oftentimes like roll it out to a very, very small subset of users. Sometimes it's completely random. Because like I haven't actually noticed this. So again, could be a small subset, could be, oh, this actually isn't going over well, so we're not going to implement it. Or it could be like this will end up getting wider rolled out. It's very possible. Like I have not seen this. And so you've had that for a little while. Okay. It seems like there's a few people in chat who have seen it, others who haven't. So yeah, it sounds like an A/B test that's going on at the moment. And that's it. It is weird because join or become join, just having a different thing does seem better. Because why would you, if you're already subscribed, why would you make the button look like it's not been clicked? So people just accidentally, it's like getting people to accidentally click it so that they can then be like, oh, so this is how membership works now? Because you would look at it and you would think, oh, wait, I'm not subscribed. Like, what the heck? I thought I've been subscribed forever. And that is confusing. I feel like there was nothing terribly confusing about join, but maybe it just wasn't getting the conversion. So by causing people to think they need to subscribe again, you actually get the menu in front of them on here are the membership options, and maybe you get some more conversions that way. I don't know. Home listing without pool. This home doesn't have a pool. Pick only showcase what it will look like with a pool. This is a rendition of the backyard if the new buyer would get a pool. Pool do not convey with home. Pool do not convey with home. It is virtual image. This is rendition of backyard. If no buyer would get pool, pool do not convey with home. It is virtual image. So it's funny. I see this all the time on LA listings. There are so many listings where you get a rendered in like part of a remodel. I've even seen on like newly completed super ultra fancy spec homes. I have seen the realtors like hire someone to just Photoshop out structures or like ugly structural elements of the foundation or something and just make it look like there's hillside there, but it'll be done so badly that it'll clearly be this just like repeating pattern of foliage. It looks like a, I don't know, video game. It looks like Halo or something like that at the bottom of the thing. And it's like, why does this look awful? And then if you actually go on like Google Satellite or something, you're like, oh, there's a house there. Or, oh, it's just because it's like you see the underpinnings of the caissons of the house and stuff, and they didn't want you to see that. It was like, that's the house. Why would you cover up the part of the house that's there? Or if it's an old house that, you know, maybe it has plans for a remodel, like they'll show a photo of the house, but they'll Photoshop a pool in. It's like, this is what it could look like with the remodel. So anyway, like this is actually a pretty common thing. As long as they show it without the pool somewhere, that's good. Because usually when it's the remodel ones where they have ready to issue permits, then usually at least they show it without. But sometimes like they will just fully Photoshop out any adjacent things, houses, whatever, and then you don't actually see that until you like look it up independently or you go to see it. But yeah, Fiverr now requires tips of at least $5. Thanks for your review. It's customary to leave a tip for the seller's service. The tip amount, wait, really? It must be between $5 and $70. I don't think that's a tip. That's just a mandatory fee. Hey, the website is called Fiverr, so they were taking it to heart. Referring to the minimum tip amount, it's a Fiverr. Sorry. You know, is Fiverr, if the company is still around in like 50 years, is it going to go the way of the dollar stores where it's like there's literally nothing that you can do for $5 on Fiverr because $5 is like the new 50 cents. And so you just can't hire anyone for that cheap anymore. Man, inflation is going to be fun times, you know? Got to inflate away the national debt. So we'll see how it goes. Fake suspicious activity alert. Suspicious login detected on your account. Kidding. You're good. Sorry for the scare. We just had to get your attention. We have an exclusive offer just for you, but it's locked inside, or locked until you... Good. Nice. It's a great way to get conversions. People will look at the email and then say, go frick yourself. Go buy. At least this is just spam, right? So you're like, okay, thanks for this garbage and goodbye. But I still, like, to this day, I'm going to say, I've said it 50 times before, and I'm saying it again, when my freaking security alarm company emailed saying your garage door was left open. I'm like, what? And it was a promo. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Anyway, I'm no longer with them because they can go fork themselves. They were another company that needs to make unsubscribing as easy as it is to subscribe. Oh my God, I'm so mad about the stupid freaking, removing that thing with the policy. Oh my God. With the policy that you can unsubscribe as easy as you can subscribe. Oh! Okay, sorry. Anyway, freaking balls, man. So mad. AMC now warns moviegoers to expect 25 to 30 minutes of ads and trailers. This is a Verge article that it's linking to, but sure thing. Movies start 25 to 30 minutes after the showtime. Dude, okay, the last movie I went to in theaters, it was the F1 movie. And we got there, I think like 10 minutes after the listed showtime. They hadn't even started the trailers yet. I thought at least in the past, if you got there 10 minutes after the showtime, we would be 10 minutes into the trailers. They hadn't even started the trailers. It's insane. Eventually, it's just going to be like your movie starts an hour after the actual showtime because people are going to be like, well, let me just show up half an hour later so I can jump into the movie. And then they're going to be like, well, we can't let people show up half an hour later. So now we're going to have to delay that by another half an hour. So it's going to start an hour later. Bruh. And then every now and again, they'll randomize it so that it'll actually start at half an hour or 15 minutes so that when people start getting used to, God, I have to go late, then the movie theater is going to frick them that one time and be like, oh, you've missed the first 30 minutes of the film. You should have come at the proper showtime. And then it's going to force you because you might have that one time where they start the movie at the showtime. And so it forces you every time for fear of missing it. God, I shouldn't actually put that out into the universe because someone is going to be like, that's a good idea. We should make it so that like 10% of all the showtimes actually start immediately on time. So that you're forced, so that you don't miss the goddamn it. That would be so bad, dude. Ugh. Facebook is now inputting your photos into Meta AI automatically by default. Wait, is it like this is, you uploaded a photo. Oh, this photo from a post I made years ago popped up in my stories in AI form. There's no way in the settings I found to stop it from doing this. Seems to be replacing the then and now memories of the anniversary of uploading a photo. Oh, that is weird. Yeah, my guess is that they've probably just made it the terms of service on Facebook that if you, if you posted, it does sound like if you have existing photos on Facebook, I don't know what the terms of service have been historically. Like if they thought about this as a possibility 10 years ago, you know, and they wrote something into the terms of service that would give them implicit permission to, you know, utilize your images for future technologies that may or may not exist, there may not be anything you can do about it. But I would bet you, at least today, any photos that you're uploading to Instagram, Facebook, so on and so forth. In fact, I think I read something about it on Instagram. You are giving them explicit permission by uploading it to the platform for them to use it in AI training and that sort of stuff. So there's probably like no way around it, at least for new stuff. I don't know about old photos. If there would be room for, you know, class action or something like that, I got no idea. But anyway, but at least for anything in the future, though, 100%, you're just out of luck. Wingstop has a 70-cent boneless wings deal that comes out to $13 for 10 wings. 70-cent boneless wing, 13 for 10 wings. That sounds like $1.30 per wing. In the fine print, it says dip isn't included, but required for the purchase. That's $6 for a cup of mandatory ranch. Wait, what? Huh? 70-cent boneless wings. Get an order of our delicious boneless wings, sauced and tossed in your favorite flavors for just 70 cents per wing. But that's not... like, it's just wrong. I don't... This is definitely the worst... Well, this is the most a-hole design post for sure so far. But it's like... Who do you think you're fooling? How are you just going to call it 70-cent boneless wings and be like, yep, here's 10 for $13? You made it easy math. You should have made it like 70-cent boneless wings and you get like 13 of them or you get 7 of them. Use a prime number. Make the math more difficult. And someone might be like, it's, you know what? I'm not doing the math. That tracks. But you made it 10. Like most people can do 13 divided by 10. Right? And that doesn't line up. What do you... So you click that and it says, wow, congratulations on your 10 wings for 70 cents a piece. And then choose your sauce. Would you like ranch? Required for $6? Wild. That's wild, actually. This tag covering the water filter status indicator. Oh, better hydrate. I've been to this airport in 2017. I don't remember if the water fountain, water bottle fillers had this on them. Also, to be fair, I would have no idea that the status indicator was behind this placard unless I had seen this particular brand of water bottle filler at like another location and was like, oh, that's where got it. Maybe they go to a gym that has this same thing and that's where the status indicator is. What does status indicator do? Oh, well, basically it tells you if the filter is still good, if it needs a replacement, which itself could be a-hole design in a sense that you could have, the machine could recommend way prematurely replacing filters. But this would be like someone who's going to the airport, they'd go and want to fill up their water bottle, but if the placard wasn't there, it might say replace filter, and then the person would be like, oh, can you guys replace the filter? And then the airport would be like, well, we don't really feel like doing that because that's tedious to do at all our water bottle filling stations. So you just, as a airport goer passenger, you can't really track it. That's all. But anyway, I would have no idea. I'm not intimately familiar with the water bottle filters and stuff like that. So, Reddit makes you turn off community notifications one by one for all 73,000 subs. Huh. I don't even know what community notifications are. So, maybe I've never run into this problem. But you would never turn off community notifications for the Captain Sparkles subreddit, right? Because you want to get the community notifications from the Captain Sparkles subreddit. That's the best subreddit to be in. But to be fair, I just don't actually know what this is. Because I've definitely never received notifications for 73,000 subreddits at once. That seems like a lot, like an overwhelming amount that even Reddit itself probably wouldn't want to serve to you. Because it takes bandwidth to serve all those notifications. They probably want to actually limit that slightly. But no, even on the app, I've never gotten, I don't know. I don't know where this comes into play. Obviously, it seems a little ridiculous that you'd have to manually turn off things for 73,000 subreddits. But honestly, it seems like more of an oversight of an outdated feature. I have no idea, though. I don't know. Anyway, the top a-hole design. For the last month, Netflix ad-supported plan implies they have films on their higher tiers that they don't actually have. Okay, that's way too big. Popstar. Never Stop, Never Stopping. I haven't actually, I've not seen it, but I've heard of it before. Unavailable on advertising supported plan due to licensing restrictions. I mean, I think that's standard that some things are not available on the ad-supported. I've never seen a film listed on Netflix, though, that wasn't on Netflix. So this is a little confusing. I feel like there's more info here that needs to happen because, if it doesn't actually exist, they wouldn't have the rights to even display that artwork. They need a license to even be able to display the artwork on Netflix. So, yeah, Michael Bolton's big Valentine's Day special. I'm gonna look at the comments on this one because I don't fully get what's going on there. Pretty sure that would qualify as deceptive marketing. Is it though? Piracy doesn't have this problem. Someone's got to have the film. Oh, if you found a listing, the film is on Netflix, just not in your region. Okay. Got it. Region locked. So that is definitely a thing. And I think everybody knows that there is region locked stuff on Netflix. It just is what it is. There's a lot of stuff that you can't see from the US. And that if you go to the UK or something, you can't actually watch. So, okay. Got it. This one, on the other hand, is available in the US, but not in another country. Okay, yeah. So this is a VPN thing. You can VPN to another country, and then you can watch it over there. But, got it. So it isn't actually a-hole design, really, unless you think region locks as a whole are a-hole design, but ultimately it's a licensing issue. And, not inherently Netflix's fault when it comes to licensing problems. So, I don't know. Not to be defensive of them. I think it is absurd that they used to literally advertise, love is sharing a password. And then they were like, whoop. No, we never said that. No. Sign up for your own account. Don't share, please. That would be very rude of you to do to our earnings. So I'm not here to defend, but anyway, sometimes there are explanations for things. On the other hand, the 70-cent boneless wings really takes the cake, or the wing, for this particular month, because that's crazy. Make sure to like the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more, and I will see you next time.